Since finding out that we're pregnant, you guys have asked us so many amazing questions, so we decided it's time to sit down and answer all those questions.
At some point we're probably going to do a live Q&A as well, but today we wanted to ask the most pressing questions, the questions you guys ask all the time. So the first question is, do we want a boy or a girl? And this is the question that everybody asks. I think like 100 people have asked this question, so we're going to answer this question right now.
Neither. Jokes. Okay, speaking honestly, it would be really nice to have a girl, but at the same time, I will be so over the moon to have another boy. Boys are such fun, and it would be the sweetest thing to have 3 of our boys running around. Like, that makes my heart so happy to think about. So honestly, I really don't mind.
It'd be a lot cheaper to have a boy.
We have all of Leo and Noah's stuff still, so we literally would not need to buy anything at all. So a boy would be very straightforward. I know how to look after boys, whereas girls, like, that's slightly different now. I don't know how to do that. So either, we will be so happy with either. And something that we'd be really grateful for is if you guys would be so happy if we had either too.
We actually did a video a couple of weeks ago about gender disappointment where we talked about having Leo and Noah and the feelings that we had at the time when we thought they were going to be girls or boys, and make sure you go check out that video to see a more in-depth answer.
Yeah, and definitely about how we feel about having boys, because boys are amazing. Boys are certainly no less or worse than having girls. We love our boys, so we're happy. The next question that you guys ask a lot is, what do the boys want? And honestly, they really don't mind at all. We've asked them so many times now. And Leo, bless him, is so excited about having a new baby, but honestly does not mind in the slightest whether it's a boy or girl, which is sweet.
So another question you guys have asked across all of our social media platforms is, will we find out the gender of the baby? Absolutely yes. We're the kind of people, like, I know it's either gonna be a boy or a girl, but like, it's a pretty big surprise. Like, we want to prepare and plan and make sure we have everything in place. So absolutely we're gonna find out, especially as well because we don't really have any names. And so it's gonna be good to kind of plan those things too.
I think it's really nice to be able to imagine, like, picture this child. So once you find out the gender, like, I feel like it makes it so much more real for me. I totally see why people don't find out the gender. It makes it really exciting. So we don't know when exactly we're going to find out. It might be around 16 weeks or it might be 21 weeks. We're not really sure because it's slightly different here in Belgium. But when we find out, we're going to do a gender reveal, and we're excited to be able to share with you guys what we're having too.
So we don't currently have a very long list of names for boys and girls. In fact, that list is pretty short. And so Erin on Instagram says, would we accept suggestions from you guys? Absolutely yes. Leave them in the comments below because we are really struggling for ideas, so that would be really great.
Boys' names are definitely tough. Girls' names we haven't really thought about yet because there are so many girls' names. When it gets a bit closer, we're definitely going to do a video of the names that we like that we won't be using, because I think it's so fun just talking about baby names because they're so difficult to decide. Joanna on Facebook asked how I'm feeling, and actually I'm feeling really, really good. I've been really lucky with both the boys and now that I've never really got sick. I would just feel quite queasy and there'd be foods that I didn't really want to eat. And I'd be sick occasionally, but not regularly at all. So I feel so grateful for that. And tiredness levels right now are fairly average. I'm surviving quite well. I had a nap today and it was glorious, but I've not had one the last 2 days, which is quite an achievement. But at around 6 or 7 weeks, I was exhausted. I thought I was quite possibly gonna die from being so tired. And I did not think that I was gonna be able to make it even to the end of the pregnancy. If I'm this tired now, this is not gonna work. I felt really worried and scared about how I was just gonna cope. But thankfully that was just a short period of time, and Ethan has been so good in supporting me and giving me time to rest, taking on all the things that I can't take on because I'm just laying on the sofa too tired. So I'm so grateful, and I'm doing really well.
Well, I'm really grateful because Jo hasn't got angry at me. Something that happened when she was pregnant with Leo, she got really angry with me. Like, I used to really annoy her, and I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. It was just my mere existence and presence in the house would annoy her and make her angry. So thanks for not getting angry with me.
It was really funny because I found myself just getting irritated by everything he would do, and I was like, oh no, and we'd only been married for about 4 months, and I was like, oh, the honeymoon period's over, this is it. But it turns out I was just pregnant and hormonal. And that was another question that Martha on Instagram asked, was how my mood's doing. And actually this time I have been fairly good. But yeah, in the past, especially in the first trimester, I would get really angry, which is just not really me. So that was really funny, but thankfully We've not had that yet.
So Sarah on Twitter asks if we've considered having a home birth. And we have. Every time we've been pregnant, we've toyed with the idea. And this time we were like, we've got a nice house, like it'd be really accessible. Maybe it would mean that we wouldn't be in a Belgian hostel with that crazy experience. We thought, yeah, maybe we'd have a home birth this time. And so in one of our most recent videos, we had our very first appointment with our gynecologist. And this is one of the questions we had was, could we maybe have a home birth here in Belgium? And the answer was pretty much no. So we've considered it and we're not having a home birth.
But I'm excited because when he talked about the hospital, that they're very non-medical, whereas a lot of the hospitals here are very medical focused.
Hands-on.
Yeah, and so they'll automatically give you an epidural, they'll make you deliver on your back, all these different things, whereas with the boys, I didn't have to have any pain relief at all, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being able to kind of be in control of my body, I guess, and I was very lucky to have short labours, whereas if I had a longer labour, I definitely would have had stuff. So I'm glad that I will still be able to have choice over what kind of birth I have, even though I can't have it at home, which is nice. Erica on Twitter asked, are there any foods that I'm craving? And I've never really craved foods too much with the boys and with this pregnancy, but what happens is I just kind of crave everything, and so one day I'll just really fancy just something in particular, and the sad thing is I'll go to either make it or have it, and normally if it's something I have to cook, by the time I've cooked it I feel sick and I don't even want to eat it, which is so annoying. But generally I haven't really had any cravings where I'm like, I just need to eat cucumber, like nothing really too weird. The weirdest thing was probably I was desperate for bagels with cream cheese and jam on, which is delicious, so I wouldn't really call that a craving because it's just generally really tasty.
Me on the other hand, I've had quite a few cravings this pregnancy. I've really craved Cadbury's cream eggs, Cadbury's Easter eggs, anything chocolate really. This pregnancy has really affected me.
I think you need to see a doctor. Another question that comes up a lot is, are we going to vlog the birth? And yes, definitely. Hopefully our doctor is on board with that because I guess it's kind of a big deal for them, but I think they should be fine with it. Something I would love to do, but I don't know if it's going to be an option if we're in a hospital because it depends on the Wi-Fi and stuff, is I would love to literally just live stream the whole thing. So rather than like do updates live streamed, I would love to just literally have a camera somewhere, not like business end, but have a camera somewhere and just literally live stream the whole thing, but I don't know if that's going to be an option. We're certainly going to vlog it, we're certainly going to be able to share that whole experience with you, and I am so excited to be able to see what I'm like in labour.
I'm super excited too because last time with Noah, Joe was absolutely hilarious, so I'm really excited to capture it and to share with you guys. It'll be so funny. Hopefully. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure you hit notifications or the subscribe button because we're going to be documenting this whole journey and we've really enjoyed doing it so far, so make sure you go check out our pregnancy playlist too. Thank you so much for all your questions, and if you have any more questions just post them below and we'll answer them in the comments, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.